There they go. So, Brinstar. What do you think about Brinstar, Sam?
Honestly, it's not that bad of an area. I kind of like it. I just don't like doing the doubles, honestly.
Yeah, the doubles are a bit annoying.
I know that a lot of people do dislike Brinstar, but it is not that bad.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Brinstar, John?
I mean, I think Brinstar is a challenging area. And, like, I think the weird thing about Brinstar is that it gets harder the better you get at it. If that makes any sense. I don't know that it really does, but like what I mean is the better you get at Brinstar, like the tighter the like the enemy patterns and stuff that you're trying to get.
I don't know. I've never thought that it was that bad. I think areas like Norfair are a little more dangerous, personally.
Oh yeah, Norfair is easily the most dangerous area in the game. No argument there.
But yeah, we were talking about the double, and they're coming after it real quick.
Yep, they're picking up the first missile tank here. Whale does have a slight edge here, and that could be entirely nullified by this double. It's a frame-perfect trick. It lets you shoot the worm with 2 missiles in one go. Whale didn't get it there. Pollsmor did. Oh, Whale got it the second try. Wow, 2 for 2 on the double. Good stuff. And they are both making the sensible play to pick up Charge Beam. That's a somewhat more recent development, and it's an excellent development. It used to be that we'd have to farm that room with the enemies for missile drops after the worm. But by collecting Charge Beam, we ensure that we always have enough ammo for Hive Room, which is the room the runners are currently in. And it turns out that getting charge early isn't that slow. Whale's taking a somewhat odd path through Hive Room here. Looks like it's still working out, but maybe not. Pollsmor pulls ahead on the slightly cleaner Hive Room. Oh, Whale. Oh, Whale.
What is he doing?
I think a bug ate one of his missiles on the last Hive. Or was it
it must have been. What is he doing?
He's got 3 health!
Yeah, that's not what you want to do here. Okay, he should be fine if he doesn't screw up his gun. Oh my god, that was close. Okay.
Alright, well. Whew, that was a bit scary. But he should be okay here.
Yeah, there's a health thing coming up soon, so he'll be fine.
Whew, alright.
But that is a very significant time loss. Pollsmor is going to get the bombs at a pretty reasonable time.
Pollsmor is taking the refill.
Yeah, it's a pretty sensible choice. It's a very consistent way to play the game.
Yep. He's not opening the door.
I can see Whale also getting the heal here. Because
I fully expect Whale to heal.
Yeah, he took a bit of damage too, so there's like no reason not to.
Yeah,
it's harder. Yeah. We should probably talk about drops a little bit.
Yeah, true.
So if you want to avoid healing, you kind of want to be at high health.
Yep.
Because the game gives you more missiles if you're at full health.
Yep. So it's a generally good system, but regardless, it's not a guarantee. So if you're trying to skip that refill, you're still gambling a bit.
Yeah, especially with these bugs that coming up here that will do damage up to you.
Yeah, you can see Whale took 2 damage there, and that actually has a huge effect on your odds of getting missile drops. I think it actually about cuts it in half.
Yeah, pretty much.
Enemy. So they're both opting to do late Brinstar here, which makes sense. That's about what I expect. I know Whale is very very firm on doing late Brinstar, and pollsmor, I think, has been doing late Brinstar more often than not, but he's been known to go back and forth.
Yeah, he's pretty flexible overall.
Yep. So we're basically just going to be collecting a few items that are on the way and then heading down to Kraid. Kraid is a pretty challenging area too, I feel.
I don't think that Kraid is exactly difficult, but there are a lot of small things that can go wrong and damage your time considerably.
Yeah, Kraid is an area where it's very easy for small mistakes to blossom into huge mistakes.
Yes. There's a lot of bomb jumps that can go wrong, and they'll lose a lot of time.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely. And pollsmor falls in the acid. I don't know that I've seen anyone miss that jump.
Yeah, that's a weird mistake.
Alright. And Whale's entering Kraid now. He's trailing behind pollsmor by, I'm going to guess, about 20 to 30 seconds at this point.
Yeah, that hive room cost him.
That hive room did cost him a lot of time.
And Whale also fell there. That's not very common.
Yeah. So they're both going for the early acid worm. Sensible. It's the just as fast route.
It's a bit faster.
Significantly easier.
Yeah, it's significantly easier, and it is like a second and a half faster, something like that.
Oh, it is actually faster. I thought
Yeah.
they were basically the same. pollsmor going for the shot and missing it. So now he's got a bomb jump all the way back up.
Well, a second and a half is basically, the same thing. It's
Yeah,
up
I
to
mean, that's-
preference.
Yeah, pretty much. Whale trying the really fast strat, not quite getting that second block. That's okay. He got the good backup. pollsmor's coming up to the acid worm. Whale with a much more sensible bomb there. I think the bomb is just straight up easier than the shot, but... What was that setup for this first round of acid worm? I've never seen that before. I mean, it worked, but... Huh. Never seen that. pollsmor's got a good number of missiles. He's looking for 10. He's got 10. pollsmor is very happy.
Yeah, we want to have 20 missiles coming out for side hopper.
Yep. And there are 2 missile tanks we get between here and there. Whale's also looking for 10. He's got 11. So, good enough drops for both runners today, which is always good to see.
Yeah, it's nice to have more because, like in this situation,
Yeah,
you can use it
exactly.
for missiles.
Yep, there are definitely uses for extra missiles. Honestly, like anything above 8 is fine.
Yeah, you're just going to be losing a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm. Because the beam in Zero Vision is really bad. So every missing missile you have here is 20 beam shots.
And charge rate isn't a whole lot better. It is better than nothing, but it is not going to kill most of the enemies you want it.
Yeah. So being short missiles is a really serious time loss. pollsmor's got a few extra missiles here, which could very well come in handy. It gives him a bit of leeway against the side hoppers, and there's also a few other tiny little spots, like what would have been right there if you did it right. Where extra missiles are going to come in handy.
That's a weird JBJ setup. That kind of looks slower, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to do the double bomb jump, you should just do it diagonal. Whale's making some good use of charge beam here. He definitely knows that a little better than pollsmor does. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah,
Good
getting
try.
it in one try is a little difficult. You have to be at the right spot. The bomb has to be placed pretty high.
Yeah, pollsmor in the room formerly known as most boring room in the game.
I mean, it is the most boring room in the game.
I mean, there's a cool strat that pollsmor doesn't appear to be doing. So for pollsmor, it is, in fact, the most boring.
What is he doing? I don't know.
I mean, alright, sure. Whale, I know, is going to go for the really cool strat.
I mean, I've seen it so often at this point that it's not really that cool.
It's, I mean, okay, sure. Just because you're old and jaded doesn't mean everyone else is. I don't think that's going to work for Whale. No, not even close. Okay. Good refill glitch attempt, pollsmor. Alright. So let's see. pollsmor's exiting that room at 10:37. These double missiles that pollsmor is doing here are actually non-trivial. They're not terribly hard, but they're not free. They're somewhat precise. Well, almost exactly 20 seconds behind pollsmor right now. So let's see. pollsmor's coming up to Kraid. Let's see if Kraid can help Whale close the gap here. Kraid is somewhat challenging to kill quickly with only missiles.
pollsmor's pretty good.
pollsmor
This
no
fight's
problem.
really beautiful. So.
When it goes well, it looks really slick. And let's see if Whale can do it. Looks good so far. Yeah, good fights. So now they've got the speed booster. Speed booster is probably the most important item in the game. There are a huge number of minor items that are locked behind speed booster. And there's one in particular that we're concerned with. And that's
it's the reason why we go through Kraid and go through the hassle of not having a bunch of...
Yep. pollsmor, what are you doing? pollsmor, what are you doing? Yeah. Having speed booster allows us to get super missiles much earlier than intended. Also, we're doing the old school shine spark up that shaft. Whale having a much better time with that room than pollsmor did. I think Whale's Kraid area actually went a reasonable bit smoother than pollsmor's. I think he picked up a few seconds over pollsmor there. I'm not totally sure, but pollsmor definitely struggled in a few spots there. So now they're going to be making their way over to Norfair, and Norfair is the real meat of the run, so to speak, of the at least of the first like half. There's a lot going on in Norfair from a routing perspective, anyway, and it makes it a very interesting area. Plus, since both these runners have done late Bryn Star, their health is a little lower than what it might be had they done early Bryn Star. So refills are definitely in play here. And where you take those refills is something of a strategic choice, especially in a race. You know, Whale, I'm sure, knows that he is behind. So we may see Whale opt to... he missed Charge Spark, that's unfortunate. He may opt to try and play it a little riskier with his refills in an effort to save time. But that comes with its own dangers, really.
I don't know that I would be risky with refills. You can't be too risky because you absolutely have to. At least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see what he does. I mean, Whale is definitely known to push hard for that screw attack refill instead of taking high jump refill.
Fun fact, high jump heal is the fastest one now.
It is. I like screw attack heal more overall. I mean, it's just a lot more comfortable to me. Not that I heal anymore in Norfair, but, you know.
I just pick whichever one's faster. But screw attack heal is faster if you are bad at heal glitch like that.
Yeah, and I mean, and heal glitch at high jump is definitely harder than doing it at screw attack.
Yes.
So Whale might be able to pick up another couple of seconds over pollsmor here. I don't know that pollsmor attempts the JBJ. He doesn't. If Whale can get this JBJ first try, that'll save him several seconds over pollsmor. I mean, I expect him to go for it. He definitely goes for it pretty much all the time, but we'll see if he gets it. Oh, he does! Good job, Whale. That'll save him about 3 seconds. So he's slowly clawing back that deficit. Oh, pollsmor! The madman, and he loses time because of it. Tisk. You know, I can respect that.
What did he do? I missed it.
He did the He tried to do the diagonal bomb jump, but he fell all the way down to the bottom.
Well,
Oh, Whale missed the bomb jump too.
I can't respect it because it is not. I don't care if it's not faster. I don't care.
I mean, yeah, I know. You're all old and stuck up and jaded.
I mean, I don't know if that's being old and stuck up and jaded, because I don't like things that aren't faster. It's a speedrun after all.
I mean, it's not slower. I mean, it is obviously slower if you fail it, like pollsmor did, but...
I mean, it's like doing the regular bomb jump. There's no difference.
Yeah.
So it's not really cool, is it?
I mean, it's a lot cooler. It's
No.
slower, and it looks cooler. Therefore, it is cooler.
I don't think it looks cooler. It's just as fast, so it's just as cool, or not.
Okay. You and your... okay, Whale is gonna try to show us some style here. Nope, he doesn't got it. That's a tight spark he's trying to get across that room. That pollsmor that Whale's just coming across. It's tight. And he unfortunately didn't get it. Pauls, what are you doing?
Yeah, because of pollsmor's bad play, Whale has
Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, Whale still has to get the missile tank. So he's not quite as close to pollsmor as it seems.
What missile tank are we talking about?
The one in the big room that he sparked past to try and get Ice Cream Spark.
Oh, okay.
So, Will had the good subpixels. He could have just pressed up to unmorph there, and he didn't do it. Tisk.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's aware of that exists.
I mean, it's a really tiny little thing, but it looks cool, and it's faster.
This is true.
You must love it, right?
It's a good trick. I don't dislike it.
I guess that's all we can say. I guess that's all we can hope for. So Whale's gonna have to get this missile tank now. pollsmor.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time getting that missile. If you want to do that strategy, you really want to get the missile without the ledge grab, and he missed his bomb jump too.
pollsmor showing us that the bomb radius in zero mission is kind of ridiculous. Little bit of a high five here. I'm good. That's a missile you really don't want to miss. If
Yeah,
you miss
John
that
knows
missile,
all
it's-
about that one missile.
Yeah, if you miss that missile, it's probably about a 30-second time loss. It's really bad. So let's see. Pollsmor's actually got a lot of health. I half expect him to skip healing here. And nope.
He tried to heal glitch here, but yeah, messed it up pretty bad.
Yeah, Pollsmor has proven me wrong. He's playing it really safe.
I
Well,
think in this situation, it would have been better just to avoid the heal, though.
yeah, I agree. I mean,
Like, knowing that you missed the heal glitch, just like, you know,
yeah.
heal glitch later.
Yep, absolutely.
And Will is skipping a heal.
Whale is opting to skip the heal.
He should be fine.
Hey, he does have enough. He doesn't have much room for error, but he does have more than enough health to get through here.
I think that,
oh! Okay, good.
that was close.
Ay. Well,
He needs to make sure not to mess up in the rocket rifle room.
Yeah, he
Just
can
a
only
bit.
afford to heal or get hit once here. Which, if. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think he's trying to play it safe.
Gotta love those frozen enemy hitboxes.
Oh yeah, they're good, so good.
Um,
And his attempt at heal glitch is not going so
not going so
well.
hot. Yep, so no refill glitches from either of these runners. Pollsmor going for the money spark, which I just timed it yesterday. The best I could manage to do was make it save 50 frames. So
It's a cool trick, but I don't really waste my time.
I'm sticking to my assessment of it's not worth it. Pollsmor opting to get this last missile first. Slightly slower.
It's just
But I
a
mean-
few frames though, so if you're
Yeah.
comfortable with it, you know, do what you want.
Yeah. I mean, well, those are the little things, right? Over the course of the run, those little things do add up.
This is true. This one's really insignificant though. It's like 2 frames or something like that.
Wow. So. Okay.
We're
well,
having some difficulties. He's
Whew.
known to not be very good at this room, so
Yeah, Whale has quite a storied history with this room. Paul's trying to style on us and losing him time because of it. I'm with you on that one. I don't think bothering with going for the grabbing the item or running away from it. Oh, Pollsmor. Pollsmor is going in on the style this run. I don't know that he's going to get this. Nope, he got it. So, Pollsmor did that really awesome looking Shine Spark, and it saved him about negative 1.5 seconds.
yeah, as is typical.
So, I like that Spark. I think it's really cool, but like, I would never ever do it outside of a showcase run, because it is just that much slower. Like, so,
Oh, that was an interesting way to handle that. That was nice.
what, a bomb?
No, Pollsmor used a missile on one of the enemies. That way he wouldn't like hit into it after the Shine Spark.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I was watching Whale's screen at that moment.
So it looks like Pollsmor did a pretty normal good fight, nothing special.
Yep. Paul's looking at about 24-14 entered Ridley. That's about what I would expect from a player of Pollsmor's skill level. Whale is going to be doing a bit of a faster cocoon here. Whale is actually pretty good at this fight, generally speaking. Yeah, good cocoon. That'll save him a little bit of time over Pollsmor. And I think Whale is generally playing well, but he's still feeling that hive room. He lost a lot of time there.
Yeah, so we are now entering Ridley, and Ridley is an area where there is nothing too difficult, but small mistakes cost you like 10 seconds.
Yeah, Ridley is. I think Ridley's the hardest area of the game.
I disagree that it's the hardest, but I do agree that
it's the most punishing area. It is easily the most punishing area in the game. Like, there is no argument to be had about that. Also, we're getting that Imago spark. That'll saves about, 2 seconds over not getting it. So
something like that. It's a pretty nice one, though. It's a really cool trick.
Whale's missing a few shots. Oh, no! Okay, he got the good backup, though, so Whale only lost about 2-3 seconds, something like that, from missing a missile on the Imago. Okay, so pollsmor is in one of, the 2 rooms where we have useful glitches. He's just going to freeze a few enemies, blow them up, and go through the floor.
Yeah, the game gets a little confused.
Spark, too. Man, pollsmor is having a much better time in Ridley than Whale is so far.
We won't count our chickens yet, because...
Yeah, absolutely. We're very far from done. Very, very far from done with this area. This is just the first of 4 puzzle rooms that we've got to get through. And the way the puzzle rooms work is you have to solve a puzzle of sorts. And if you don't get the puzzle, then you've got to leave and re-enter the room. So what that means is basically, like Sam said, 10 seconds of time loss, basically. It's really bad to mess up the puzzle rooms. One of them in particular is surprisingly easy to mess up, because there's no speedrunner fast strat, there's no easy strat, there's just the intended strat, which is to do a 4-frame jump.
Yeah, so I think that originally the developers intended for the player to be able to toggle items on and off. And that would have made it much easier.
Absolutely. That jump is really, really easy with high jump. Or without high jump, sorry. But as we have high jump and can't do much to get rid of it, the jump becomes a real challenge. Good puzzle room from pollsmor. That one's not particularly hard, but because of the bomb chain, it's really easy to start panicking. Alright, so
pollsmor's coming up to the jump we were talking about.
Yeah. Easy. Whale got that diagonal. Nice. That diagonal's a scary strat. Because you've got to go back 2 rooms to get that space boost, or that speed boost. Okay. Looks like Whale accidentally bumped the ceiling there, so... But he didn't have any issues with it, so that's good. So Whale's going to be coming up to speed jump now. Let's see if he can get that. Taking some time lining up that spark. I agree with that decision.
Yeah, it's sensible. I know people, not me, that mess that all the time. Set up.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job on speed jump, Whale. So.
Yeah, so all the difficult tricks are done. So there's not going to be any big time losses from any of these players?
Well, there is a time loss I'd like to mention. Whale only has 3 supers right now. pollsmor's got 7.
So he might have to heal.
Yeah. So we're coming up to Ridley, and obviously you want a ton of supers for Ridley. And 3, he's going to get a super tank. That'll bring him to 5, and then he's got to use a super tank. A super missile.
That's interesting.
The bomb strat's slow. It's slow, and it's not even easier.
I mean, it is easier than anything else, but...
Oh, Whale fell down. He knows the backup.
The backup is not easy, though, so...
No, with high jump, this backup is really a challenge, but he managed to pull it off.
He is going to lose a decent chunk of time here because of that, though.
Yep. And he's still really short on super missiles.
Yeah, he might have to heal. If he doesn't get any supers from the side hoppers...
Yeah, it's gonna be worth healing for him if he doesn't collect a super drop. Oh! Whale.
Oh, he didn't even collect the missile.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yikes. That's a serious time loss.
And he's oh no. Okay, he backed it up.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a messy room. I was saying that there wasn't too much to mess up, but that room is a little tricky.
Yeah, that room's not totally free. It's certainly not as hard as the other puzzle rooms, but pollsmor, what are you doing?
That's not even faster.
No, it really isn't. Okay.
So I wonder if Whalerynth is gonna have the presence of mind to heal here.
Yeah, we may. I think we saw him contemplate it a little bit, and
why is he trying to heal glitch there? That's
heal glitch is not actually faster there. It's faster to just collect the E-tank and then heal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's what you would do in any percent if you collect that E-tank, and I don't think Whale is known for playing much any percent, so understandable that he might not recognize that.
pollsmor not going for jumpy for like no reason.
Well, the bomb jump is just as fast there, I think. It's significantly harder.
It's a few frames slower, I think.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier, so I mean, why not?
One super from Ridley for Whale.
So he's probably gonna farm Speedway.
Oh, Whale.
Yikes.
Wow, that's... Oh no, that's so bad. See, this is why I don't like Spring Ball JBJs. Alright. pollsmor's leaving Norfair here.
Yeah, because of... I think it's mainly the platforming, honestly. pollsmor is going to have a gigantic lead.
Whale only getting one super from Speedway. He's just gotten some horrible super luck in this Ridley. But yeah, pollsmor's got a... After that Ridley, pollsmor didn't have any major troubles. There were definitely a few small things that he had messed up, but...
Will had
a rough time in Ridley. Oh,
that kind of worked out.
Yeah. Whale had a rough time in Ridley. I'm sure he's happy to be done with that and just put it behind him.
Oh, okay. pollsmor having a... I think he was trying to get it early, but he's going to just get it.
Yeah, I mean, with late Brinstar, I don't think there's any real reason not to just get this missile tank right now.
I mean, it's a little slower just to get it. It seems like I'm the only one that knows the actual proper strategy for those rippers. It's a little annoying.
You really are, because all you ever do is point out that no one knows how to handle it properly.
I know, right? But I hope that someday somebody else learns, but no one...
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to actually share how to do it for other people to start doing it right.
One pattern is really easy. You just morph. For the other one, you have to shoot a beam shot downwards to freeze the other one, and you can sail across them easily.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I still like the screw attack sometimes to farm drops if I'm short supers. But
yeah, it's nice if you need supers. I would do it in that case, but otherwise...
Alright, so there we have it. For the first time ever, people have been told how to properly handle that room.
I mean, I'm sure I've shared it before, but no one pays attention to what I say half the So... I can't really count the amount of times I told people that something is faster, and then they're like, okay, and then forget it.
Gee, I wonder who you're talking about with that one.
I'm not just talking about you. Don't feel bad.
I mean, hey, at least give me some credit. I remember about half of what you say.
That's
true. And it's always the half before you've amended what you've said.
And then the other half you forget 6 or 7 times.
Okay, you didn't tell me about that save room. I knew about that. I just always kept forgetting about it. Alright, so now that we've like almost entirely missed Brinstar cleanup.
Not a lot happens in Brinstar cleanup. Don't worry about it.
No, it's. I mean, I'd like to draw the contrast between early Brinstar having to do all of this with bomb jumps, and late Brinstar being able to just jump everywhere, but without actually having seen early Brinstar, the comparison loses a bit of its weight. So pollsmor is coming up to Torian. Oh, dude! pollsmor is on mad PB pace right now.
Yeah, he's going to come in with a 35-minute Torian, which is pretty good.
Oh, wait. It's 5 seconds behind his PB. I know pollsmor memes a lot about sub-36 Torian being impossible, so I just figured that his PB wouldn't have it.
Oh, okay. I mean, sub-36 is pretty free, honestly, if you're good, but...
I mean, for someone of pollsmor's skill level, I agree that sub-36 should be really free. I mean, I guess that just goes to show that pollsmor's strength is more than other runners. I feel like Pauls is relatively good at the late game. So he's in Torian right now. Torian, basically, all we really need to know in 100% is that, wow, double supers. Metroids drop stuff randomly. We're looking for super drops, because supers are faster, and then the amount of time they take to actually appear on the screen is also random. So Torian is basically like walking into a casino and playing roulette. pollsmor conserving a super there. I think that's a good play, actually.
Yeah, there are certain scenarios where you want to have supers versus like several Metroids.
Yeah.
I think also it's really nice to have 2 supers for the glass, which
Yeah,
so I like
agree.
to say 2.
I like 2 supers in this room, in the bottom of the room that pollsmor just finished, and having additional supers in this room is really nice too. pollsmor will be able to clean this room out with entirely supers. Why did he missile that Metroid? That's a strange play.
It's strange, but it worked out. It's not.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. This is, I don't know. That was an odd play. Ball's conserving his supers for the glass. I think that's a good play as well. Just because
I think it's the fastest option too.
It really is. I mean, just because you can move while shooting the Zenitites.
pollsmor's standing up to shoot because he has a keyboard problem.
Yeah, he has the problem of not having a good keyboard. So he has ghosting problems. Let's see how well Whale handles Torian here, and let's see how well Torian treats him with super drops. It looks like not very good so far. Okay, Whale.
Whale is playing it a low risky, but it's not very fun to use missiles in that room, so I can understand.
It really isn't. That's, yeah, I mean.
Hopefully, he gets some super drops.
I don't like ever going under 4 supers in 100%.
Neither do I, but I can understand why he did that. Let's just hope he gets lucky.
I mean, I expect 0 supers.
It would be pretty funny, honestly.
Honestly, like, just knowing how this game works. Oh, he got one. Okay. So the risk seems to have paid off a bit for him. He's still, though, like... Ooh.
Oh, getting grabbed is really slow and good.
Really just not a good Torian for Whale. And except for that grab, it wasn't even anything that he did. He just got awful drops. So, and Whale is going to be losing some time to pollsmor in this because he doesn't have any extra supers as well, and also because he didn't quite kill that third Zeb. So, Baltimore is going to be starting up Suitless. Suitless is... I like Suitless. It's a relaxing part of the run, but...
Casual runners don't seem to like it as much, and not a lot happens.
Yeah, there's really not a lot going on. It's basically just 6 minutes of platforming.
Yeah, so what you see is what you get. There's not really a whole lot.
Like, there's a few spots in the run where we move, or in this area where we just move through rooms in very particular ways to kind of manipulate the pirates, but for the most part, you know, we're basically just moving through rooms as fast as we can. Pollsmor sensibly deciding to skip the map.
And sensibly deciding to heal.
Yep, I mean, he's in chat. He knows what's going on. He knows that he's got a massive lead. So, I mean, skipping the heal... if Pollsmor skipped the heal at this point, it basically would have just been massive amounts of disrespect. And you know, I think if I'm Whale, I think I also heal.
Yeah, there's no way he's winning.
Like skipping the heal saves a good amount of time. It's like something like 8 seconds, I think, on average. But that's not enough to close this gap. Like,
yeah, when you're several minutes behind, you know.
His hope at this point is basically that Pollsmor just has an incredibly awful cleanup.
Does your time matter for the Swiss format?
I'm not totally sure exactly.
Because if it does, then I think just finishing a run and doing as well as he can is going to be what he should do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know we have points, but I'm not like an expert on the Swiss format, so I'm not sure exactly what those points mean. But I know that you're automatically assigned, if you forfeit, you're assigned a 9-hour time, which Pollsmor, obviously you don't want a 9-hour time on your record. Pollsmor, like, almost doing the proper backup.
That looks really slow.
Yeah, that's definitely not fast. You're supposed to do that, but stand next to the door. Well, also sensibly deciding to... he does heal. Good.
Oh, the Will showing off the new strategy. That's... Basically, you just get the pirates to shoot each other and the room. Pollsmor doing sand strat. Always nice to see that.
Whale opting to skip out on fast searchlights. I can see if he messed up the room or something. Yeah. Not really a huge amount going on here. This room that Pollsmor's in is a little precise. That shot and jump right there. But that's about about all that's going on right this second.
Oh, Whale had some troubles, so he had to reset that room. If you don't, the searchlights are going to be in weird.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a couple of rooms where the cycles are pretty important, but
Looks like Will is having some troubles with his wall jumps here. Let's see if Will also gets Samstrat here.
Yep.
So 2 for 2 on Samstrat.
Good stuff. I mean, it is such a critically important strat after all. You know, we wouldn't want anyone to miss it.
It saves like half a second.
Yeah. So this boss that pollsmor is fighting here, basically the way it works is that mirror in the middle will be replaced with a sigil at some random time, and you've got to shoot it with a charged shot. Just like that. So because they both healed, this fight will be, on average, somewhat fast, but on average. pollsmor getting the really slow pattern there. The last pattern was pretty good, pretty fast, but you want the boss to actually die in the bottom right-hand corner, because the boss needs to move back to the center, and the sigil needs to move to the bottom right. So, lost a tiny bit of time from that, but
it's a random fight, so
there's nothing you can do about that. So, pollsmor is now extremely overpowered.
Looks like Whalerynth is 2 minutes behind pollsmor.
At this point, yeah, I mean, there is still plenty of run left, and there are plenty of difficult and punishing tricks to be done here. pollsmor is going through one of them right now.
That being said, 2 minutes is very
2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes is a large amount of time.
Yeah, and there are no tricks that cost 2 minutes to fail or anything like that.
Nope, I think the worst trick that I can think of is going to be 20 to 30 seconds, maybe.
The worst trick I can think of is Space Jump P-Tank, and that's like 15, 20 seconds?
Space Jump P-Tank is pretty bad. Escape Spark is a pretty bad one to mess up. Depending on how you do it, Norfair Space Boost can also cost a ton of time to mess up. I don't know if either of these runners go for it.
I think Griffin does. Whalerynth. If you hear me say Griffin, that's just Whalerynth. I have a bad time with names.
2 for 2 on the glitch. So watch Whale's screen very closely here. If you look very, very closely, you'll see some funky sprites. Woohoo! That's the glitch. So tell me, how cool do you think that glitch is?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Did both players agree to play on the Japanese version? That's interesting.
I think they did, yeah. I mean, they both may not have even thought about it, honestly. So this is basically... This is the worst paced part of the game, I think, right here.
Yeah, I don't know if the developers definitely made a mistake with this part.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we have to go all the way to just a couple of rooms away from the final boss to pick up the power bombs. And then we can use the power bombs to go all the way back to the rest of the game.
And we have to go all the way back to another area too. It is.
Yeah. Like this part, like most of cleanup I think is pretty fun, but this section right here, going all the way out to the power bombs is really slow. And the one section after we're done with the rest of the game, and we have to go all the way back to the end of Suitless to pick up an item.
I will say that this part isn't the worst of it, because you do get to skip most of it with the power bomb door that you saw in Pulse. It is just going back to the start of Suitless for no reason. That is.
Yeah, that part's pretty bad. But yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. Unfortunately, there's early power bombs is kind of the holy grail of zero mission speedrunning,
and there are no real options for it, honestly.
Yeah, there are 3 power bomb tanks that are placed outside of Chozodia. One of them does not exist before Chozodia. One of them also doesn't exist because it's under Mother Brain. And there's, as far as we know, there's no way to get there without first going through Suitless. And the other one is under a pit of lava that you have no hope of surviving without gravity suit.
Yeah, so
even if you could survive it, you still have no way of getting up there because you can't scale vertical walls, and they've got some overhangs. There's just no way of getting up there without gravity suit.
Unless you're already dead, which is another thing entirely.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's like basically a technicality that we can get those power bombs early.
And the power bombs that we can get early in Chozodia, maybe, but I don't know. Probably not enough.
Yeah, we would need some new glitches, basically, to make it happen. Yep,
which I'm always hopeful for, but...
Yeah. I mean, we saw pollsmor try to clip through a door and fail. So pollsmor is going to be doing the traditional route. So I think we'll be seeing a little bit of a route divergence here. Whale... Is Whale setting up for Helpful Pirate?
That's a weird way to do that route.
Okay, he did. I mean, I don't know if that saves any time. It's hard to do Helpful Pirate in 100% because you have a much more powerful beam than in any percent. So you're much more likely to just kill the pirates than you are to just freeze them. So pollsmor's going to be going here to refill, and then he's going to be going straight into Glass Tube. So pollsmor jumping through that door, which I honestly don't think is worth it. Whale also setting up for the door clip here, so let me see. Let's see if he gets it. May not. Oh, he did. Good job. He didn't do the spin jump, so I was not sure he was going to be in the right spot, but Whale has successfully clipped through the door. pollsmor going for Glass Tube. Glass Tube is kind of neat because there's literally only get one chance at it. If you fail it, you can't leave and re-enter the room to reset it. You cannot do it again. You have to basically do an entirely different route. So pollsmor, it's going to look like pollsmor is about an additional minute and a half ahead of Whale here. But as we already know, pollsmor's got a fairly significant lead. He was looking for an extra power bomb drop there just to make his life a lot more comfortable, and he unfortunately didn't get it.
Having still taking that all there.
Yeah, those one tile gaps can be a little tricky. So let's see, a Whale doing things slightly out of order in that room.
Yeah, that room is tricky. Oh, and the robot's going to go for it. That's going to lose a lot of time.
Ah, no. So pollsmor doing...
Wow, that was fun. That was cool.
Oh, what? I didn't even see it.
He glitched through the thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And it saved time.
That's why you like it so much.
Yeah, totally. We'll go with that.
So pollsmor is doing what we affectionately term the Ming Lee Spark. Looks like he's got it. It's a really long and really stressful shine spark chain that if you try to do it as fast as possible is actually really hard. Some of the sparks you've only got like single-digit number of frames on that one. So it's really a challenge if you're trying to go as fast as possible. So Whale's cleaning up this area of the ship now, thanks to that extra power bomb that he saved from clipping through the door. Pollsmor in Ruined Torian. I like Ruined Torian. I think it's a pretty cool little touch. Pollsmor showing off some NA aim here.
Yeah, coach acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pollsmor is a very Pollsmor likes his Counter-Strike, so he knows all about having bad aim.
Yep. He's... Oh, my... Pollsmor, what are you doing?
I think he thinks this is cool, but it is just...
It's way harder, it's way slower, and way less cool than space boosting.
I don't think it's harder at all, honestly. There are some good ways to get it, because you can bonk some parts of the ceiling and you get it, so it's not really hard.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've only got like a 3-block window for that spark, so it's definitely not free.
I mean, there are several sparks with 3-block windows that you have.
Well, no!
Oh, did he
messed
mess
up the
up?
last two. So let's see what he opts to do here.
He does know the backup route, so
I think he does. So yeah, he's doing the proper backup for missing the last tube here. So that's good. That means he's keeping the time loss within 10 seconds.
It might be a little more than 10 seconds. I'm not sure though.
Okay. I was worried he was gonna just miss that slope entirely. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Pollsmor is so close to the proper strat, but not quite. Does Whale know that if you're doing this, you still have to do the Shine Spark chain? Or did he win? Wait. No, Whale did Door Clip. I'm an idiot. So he has the extra power bomb. Balls, what did you do?
Yeah, what?
I bet he went for Standing Spark and didn't get it.
Yeah, maybe.
That Pollsmor, what are you doing? Ay, ay, ay. So Whale making his way back down to Torian now. And Pollsmor going back into Norfair momentarily here. So this room that Pollsmor is in right now, this is easily the most awkward room in the game.
Yeah, doing this properly is hard, and he did a pretty good job.
That was a pretty good room from Pollsmor.
If you watch a task for that room, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, that room is pretty nice in the task. Whale showing us the space boost that is both cooler and faster. So I'm curious to see what Pollsmor does here. I don't think Pollsmor does this space boost. And it doesn't look like he's setting up for it. Nope, he opts to Shine Spark. Which, I mean, that's fine. It's less than a second slower, and it's leaps
He does
and
the
bounds
slower
easier.
backup though for that. That's unfortunate. If you shoot the door and charge your beam, you can shoot the block going into the next room rather than screw attacking there. It's a bit faster.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
I think it's really cool, but you know,
Just because it's faster.
because I came up with it. So like,
Okay.
why did pollsmor go through the room? What the hell?
You know, okay, so question. Are there any strats that are faster that you think are lame?
That's a good question. I have to think about that one.
Well, what are you doing? Just running a couple of laps over that thing. Is he gonna go? He's trying for standing spark. He doesn't get it either. Guys. Standing spark is cool, but like, it's not this cool.
Is it even faster to go back and try to start again?
I don't know, honestly. I never timed it.
I mean, I obviously don't ever go for standing spark, but
I mean, I'll do standing spark like in a showcase or something, but you know, on a serious run, I'm not going to bother with it. It's not that fast. Pollsmor doing me too. What are you doing, Pollsmor? It just...
that was lame and slow, so...
It's not even faster. It's... I don't know how much slower it is, but it is definitely slower, because the ballpark can take you... The ball spark, rather, can take
the ballpark, yeah.
All the way across, yeah. It's a
ball
ballpark.
Spark is really cool, honest.
I think that ball spark is pretty cool. I'm with you on that one.
Oh, I know one thing that you would say is faster and lame.
Money spark?
Early Brinstar.
Early Brinstar. I mean... well, what are you doing? I'm not going to deny that early Brinstar is a cooler route than late Brinstar. Like... It's just... I hate trying to do early Brinstar fast, man.
I think Whale usually opts to do space jump northward. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going for it. I mean, this is a punishing trick to miss, but...
He got through the hard part, so...
Yeah, he's good. Pollsmor entering the most boring part of the run.
Yeah, we've done this already. It's just...
There's nothing going on here. We have to go take this 3-minute detour to get a single item. There's a couple others we'll get on the way, because...
You know, one thing that is faster than lame is that power bomb right there. You know how you do it in Hunt.
That power... Oh, that power bomb? Yeah. Instead of the spring ball into the bomb.
Yeah, that spring ball and use the bomb is really cool.
Alright, there you have it. There are, in fact, strats that are slower that Sam thinks are cooler. Well, a strat. I don't know about multiple. Pollsmor just really wanting to show us that crumble block there. Okay, Pollsmor. Pollsmor is just memeing it up.
You know, you're really encouraging pollsmor.
You're what?
Encouraging pollsmor. See, if you don't mention it, it won't matter.
You're encouraging Pollsmor? Why are you encouraging Pollsmor?
I said you are, not me.
Oh, but then you confirmed when I said you're encouraging Pollsmor, you said yeah.
That's what I said, so I said yeah.
Okay. Alright, so that's the one item that pollsmor just got. We have no way of getting that at any earlier point in time. So...
You know, it'd be really cool to see people get the lava super missile on the way back, but no one does.
I mean, it's literally exactly the same as doing it when it's normally done.
Yeah, but no one does it right, so it'd be cool to see.
Okay.
You know, just to be a unique snowflake.
I mean, I did it last run I did.
Oh, that's pretty cool then.
Because I forgot about it the first time.
How does that work, honestly? Like,
I don't know, man. Whale... Oh, Whale is actually doing the old route, so that space boost would have been the proper thing to do. Unfortunately, he missed it.
yeah, it's not an easy space boost to do.
I kind of like this whole section with old cleanup a little more. Like, I think it's a little cooler this way. But... you know, it's slower, so we don't do it. It's a more intuitive route in a sense. But yeah, all the additional door transitions just makes it slower for real time.
It's not considerably slower, that being said, though.
No, it's not considerably slower, but
I like the newer route just because I don't have to do that stupid space boost, though.
yeah, that space boost is
I don't.
hard. So Whale now taking the scenic route to that power bomb, and pollsmor has to do the lower part of the ship now. That pollsmor
Still having a few
Whale already did this.
Huh.
But this is going to look a little different for pollsmor. He's going to use a power bomb there, which actually, if you don't get any power bomb drops, that's the slower power bomb you could use. Not by much, but still.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect pollsmor to know about that, though, since it's kind of slightly more recently found.
Yeah, it's a very small thing. It's a handful of frames.
Yeah, Whale having trouble to this platforming now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It adds up quite a bit during the end game. It is very important to have a good platform.
pollsmor using that power bomb. Did he get an extra? If he did get an extra, that still isn't really the optimal place to use an extra. pollsmor also having a little bit of platforming difficulties in a few spots here. So now Whale is going to be getting all this stuff in the bottom of the ship now. And pollsmor is making his way out to Mecha Ridley after getting hit by a bunch of enemies. This room is the
Making sure
one
you had
room.
all items, I guess.
I didn't. Was someone pausing?
Yeah, pollsmor was pausing.
I guess, yeah. I mean, the race we had yesterday, we had 2 runners who forgot items. So, he may just be a little scared. Alright, let's see. Oh, pollsmor chickens out. You know what, I can blame him. He's watching, he knows how much of a lead he has. He should have gone for it.
I mean, it's cooler, so why wouldn't he go for it? It's weird.
Unless this is PB pace for pollsmor. No way. There's no way that this is PB pace. He's got to be, if I'm going to guess, I would guess pollsmor is probably like plus 30 to his PB right now. Or more. So pollsmor's
Let's see
fighting.
if pollsmor goes for the double.
Here. I don't know that he's going to, honestly. Yeah, he's just doing standard jumping. Which isn't really, like, that slow, but compared to doubles... That was a pretty good fight, though, all things considered.
Yeah, Mecha was very agreeable.
He doesn't even go for door bomb. Tisk tisk. Door bomb is objectively cool because it's objectively fast. Whale smartly using the power bomb in that room. I feel like that's something that not actually a lot of people know about, is the power bomb in that room.
It's one of the newer things, so... and it's very small, so people will just not really...
Yeah, most people just don't really think about it. Whale... not using a power bomb in this room?
What? Yeah, that's odd.
What is he doing? I'm curious about what his thought process behind not using that power one.
And I'm
bomb
also
is.
curious as to why pollsmor didn't use super missile.
Yeah.
Like, why not use supers to move that work?
I don't really know what's going on at this point.
Looks like pollsmor is still there for a respectable run.
Yep, he's still in there for a fairly high 111, which his PB is a 111. He puts up a 111 in a race. Can't really complain about that. Official.
If he really wanted to start on Whalerynth, though, he could have just wasted all of his ammo before entering the ship. That would have been funny.
Oh wow! No, Pollsmor's Cosmic Brain. He has 133 and 7. That's Cosmic Brain, Pollsmor. I can respect that. Okay. Alright, Sam. Just because you're a crotchety old man. Official SRL time for Pollsmor was 111.56. So that'll be his time on the official tournament bracket.
Whale trying for the doubles.
I think Whale's going for the doubles. They're similar to the Kraid doubles, but the pace is different because you're using super missiles instead of regular missiles.
Yeah, that didn't go so well for him.
No, it didn't. And it looks like he is opting for the Sam suggested style method of go down to 0 missiles. Door power bomb. That didn't even save him time over door bomb. Tisk tisk.
You know, I love the music when the game ends. It's so satisfying.
The credits music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the credits music.
Just because, like, especially if you're on PB base and you listen to that music, it is so good. It feels so good.
Yep.
And I guess winning a race too.
Yep. That's a solid, decisive victory for Pollsmor.
Slot 3 selected. Interesting.
Someone loading save states.
No, he just selected the slot 3 on Whale's end.
Oh. That would be a bit of a slap in the face, right? If at this point, right at the end, Whale loads a save state.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
He's going for the space boost. That's way hard and not really that fast for humans. Okay, let's see if he can run with a 114. 42.
And then we have pollsmor playing Tetris. But
I'm actually surprised that Pollsmor's playing Tetris right now. I would have expected Terraria. So that is that. That's the race. I don't know if either of them are going to be. Well, I know that pollsmor is not going to be popping in here for an interview because pollsmor doesn't actually talk.
You know, I wonder if we can fit in how good the grind is. If you're at AGDQ or SGDQ, you should talk about the grind.
I will.
Hello.
How did you feel about that run?
You know, that hive room spiraled out of control. I actually walked into hive room and completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Like, instead of walking right to the middle hive, I walked off and pressed the left button, so I didn't learn any of the bugs. I was then like, what room am I in again? And then I didn't learn any of the bugs on the second hive, and then I almost died, and I was like, well, I already know I can't win this race anymore.
You could have, honestly. Paul's
beat my PB by 2 seconds.
Real sloppy place. Oh yeah, that's right. He did.
Yeah, but I mean, if you had...
I mean, my pace was actually not too bad up through entering Ridley, but once I got to Ridley, like I at that point, like even though I had a good crate and good criteria, like I still knew like I had no chance of winning.
Yeah, your Ridley was really sloppy.
that Ridley was rough, we'll say.
Still, things that I was constantly forgetting things throughout that race, like the power bomb in my second trip through the where you set up escape spark. I completely forgot to lay that.
Yeah, we were wondering about that.
Yeah, it was just something I forgot to do. I forgot how to do workbot room. Turns out I showed off an incredibly ultimate swag strat, so I'm fine with forgetting how to do that room properly.
Oh yeah, that workbot thing, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, when I clipped through the workbot, I love doing that.
All right, so do you have any...
Also, I guess help for pirate. I didn't mean to pull off a helpful pirate, but when I realized that the pirate wasn't dead, I was like, you know what? I think I'll use this guy to my advantage. And so that's what I did. I wasn't planning on doing it, but it was kind of just a spur of the moment. Oh, he's alive. I guess I'll use him.
pollsmor having some trouble with Tetris here.
Yep.
I got wrecked though. I'm very disappointed with this run, and at the end of the day, it all comes down to hive room. Had I not screwed up hive room, I think I could have at least put up a 112 or a 111.
I don't know, you could have put up a 112 or 111 anyway, but if you played really well. But I guess it's just one of those.
It's one of those mindset things.
Yeah. Screwing up hive room early on, it's really easy for that to just get you down for the rest of the run.
So, do we have anything else that we need to discuss here, or are we?
Let's see. Did you see what happened during Torian Space Boost? I had to morph to get out of there. I literally had to morph to be able to get out of that one.
I mean, you can shoot the breakable blocks, I think.
There are no breakable blocks for Torian. No, I meant like I got the space boost and I got the item, but the only way to escape the area, like to be able to start space boosting, was to morph. Because of how I broke the blocks.
No, I didn't notice that, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I'm trying to think what else I had. Well, I almost died like 7 times. That was something.
Yeah, that's true.